Today, last the demo actually what we saw about the variables and then how to write a Java program and then how memory allocation works. Okay. Today we will just see about the basics of our Selenium. Okay. So how do we automate just a login and logout scenario to make you understand that actually what coding, okay, or automation is so easy. So that's what the task today. Okay, just we are going to automate one login and logout scenario. That's what we are going to do. Okay, so for that, let me take one application. So I already have one application called ActiType. Let me take that itself. So this is my URL. Let me log out. So what I'm going to do is it's like I'm just going to open the browser, enter the URL, then I'm going to enter the username, password, click on this checkbox, login, and then after that, I'm going to log out from the application. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to, okay, I will just only log in today. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I have this URL. This is my username, and then this is my password. Okay, so just I'm going to enter this login. Okay, so let me see how it works. So first thing for me, I need to open my browser. Okay, so when it comes to Selenium, right? So I'm going to actually what when we come to real-time situations, most of the things actually what we will try to Google, get the solution from there, and then we are going to implement. Okay, that is how actually what we are going to work. Okay, so it is not like directly I'll give you the syntax. So I will ask you guys actually to Google. Okay, even if you're not able to actually what understand whatever it is, also it's fine. So each and every day when you do the same task, right, you will get more familiar with that. Okay, that is what I want. Okay, now if you're not able to understand also, it's absolutely fine. But every day when you do the same task, right, you will get very familiar to it. And when you're going to work on in real-time situations, it's easy for you to grab the information and then go forward. Okay. So now what I want to do is I just want to open my browser. Okay. I want to open my Chrome browser using Selenium WebDriver. Okay. I want every one of you to just Google open Chrome browser using Selenium WebDriver. Everyone just Google and then get me the syntax for it. Okay. I know that you will not be able to understand. Absolutely, I'm fine with that. Okay. Just Google and then check whether you're able to get any few information from it. Okay. So like this only we have to go. We have to Google, get the knowledge, and then we have to implement. Okay. If you guys got any solution, you can ping me in the chat window. Open Chrome browser using Selenium WebDriver. I'm going to Google. So I'll just open first few URLs. I'll go here. Let me check. I just don't want to go with this. That's fine. I launch Chrome browser. So here these guys are given few points. These things we will leave it. I'll directly go to the code. Okay. See here. So system property for Chrome driver. So one option, go for the Chrome driver. Right now, I will use Selenium 4 version. So this system property right now not needed for me. Okay. So I will directly instantiate the Chrome driver class. So this is the code for it. Okay. I will take this now. So let me come for it. Okay. Good. So this will help me to instantiate. Instantiate is nothing. It just opens me the Chrome browser. Okay, good. So now let me paste the code here. I will just create a new class here. I'll create it as login logout. Okay, leave about actually what, how do I have these jar fields, Selenium jar fields, all those things that I'm not going to take it here. We are going to make it so simple. Understanding coding is easy for automation. Okay, how to install all those things for Java, JDK, and then Eclipse, all those things we will cover it from the next week onwards. Today is just a demo session. Okay, so now I have copied the code WebDriver equal to new Chrome driver. Okay, so I'm getting an error. So if I mouse over, import WebDriver, org openqa.selenium. Okay, that's a package. From that package, there is a class or an interface here. Okay, so we will get what is interface, class, all those things you will see later. Okay, import Chrome driver. We got, okay, it's a class, and then this comes from a package. Okay, package is kind nothing, it's just a folder section you make it right now. Okay, so let me check whether if I just run this code, will it open my Chrome browser? Right click, run as Java application. Yes, it opens me the Chrome browser. Okay, so now what I need to do, can anyone tell me? I have opened my browser. Then what I should do? Any idea? Just manually you think of. Okay, manual testing part you just think of. So once I open my browser, then what I should do? Any idea? If I want to go to my application,
That will give credentials. Link,
come again.
username and password.
So
Need to give credentials, username and password.
in this blank page, can I enter my username and password?
We have to go to that link. URL. You
Correct.
have to enter the URL.
Super. So after opening the browser, I need to enter the URL. Then only I will go to my needed application. Okay. So now I will enter my URL. So now everyone again Google. Because today it will be like I will ask you to Google, and then after that we will write the code. It will take some time, but this is the proper way of learning. It takes some time, but it will be really useful whenever you're going to write the code by yourself. Okay, you will get to know actually what later how it will be very much useful for you, because the more you Google, the more you get familiar with actually what the Selenium WebDriver. Then when you go to your real-time application, your project, and then when you're doing it right, when you face any difficulties, getting the code from Google will be very easy for you. That's what. Okay, now I need to enter my URL where in my browser. That means what I should Google here, how to enter URL in Selenium WebDriver. Just simple terms I'll do. Okay, now I'll open the first 2 to 3 links. I'm sorry. Everyone just Google and then get me the syntax, how to enter my URL. So we have opened the browser. Now we are going to enter the URL. You guys can just Google and then get me the syntax. You can ping me in the chat. Super good, Indu. Awesome. Okay, Preeti also have sent already. Yes, that's good. Okay, so if I go here, so respect a command to load a new web page can be written as driver.get URL. Okay, so get is a command to enter my URL. So I'll just copy. See, here these guys have given examples. I'll copy the same code. Here, important thing is, so it should be followed with HTTPS protocol, not like directly www. We cannot give. It should be followed with HTTPS protocol. Okay, so my URL, I'll just go. This is my URL I need to enter. Okay, so let me again run it. Right click, run as Java application. Now it should open the browser and then it should enter the URL. So it's loading the page. It has entered the URL. Can you see here? And then it's loading the page. It takes some time to load the page. That's fine. Okay, now page is loaded. Okay, now what I need to do? I need to enter my username.
Login.
Yeah, we have to enter the credentials.
Yes. So first thing, I need to enter my username. So there are two text box. How my Selenium knows that actually what? In which text box I need to enter my username. Okay. So manually I know here I need to enter the first box should be my username and then the second box should be password, because when I'm saying it, see in a what is it, in a disabled text section, what can I say? Username and password. That gives me an idea. But how my Selenium as an automation tool, how it knows that in which text box I should enter my username and then which text box I should enter the password means there is this page is being developed with the help of HTML. Okay, my Selenium takes the HTML properties to identify an web element in the web page. Okay, so any in the browser, actually what we are opening any page, right? So this is a page. Okay, we will be calling it as a web browser. So the pages which is open in the web browser are called as web page. Okay, and then the elements. Okay, it can be a text box, checkbox, button, or it can be a image, or it can be a link, or it can be link text, anything. Whatever it is present in this elements are called as web elements. Okay, so all these elements are called as web elements. Okay, web browser, web page, and then web elements. Okay, how do I get the HTML properties of this web page? Means simple. Right click on this web page and then you can see inspect. Okay, right click, inspect. Okay, now can you see here? I'm getting actually what? These HTML sections. Can you see? Here you have a three dots here. Click on the three dots and then dock side is here. So as of now, it's there in the dock to the right. That's why here it is there. If I click on the dock to the left means this section, HTML section, it will come to the left side. Now I want to move it to the bottom. I'll click on this. Okay. I'll also actually what maximize this. Okay. Now I want to get the HTML property of this username text box means click on this inspect icon and then I'll click left mouse click. Now can you see? Okay, I'll just increase it a little bit. So I will press Control and then plus symbol in my keyboard. That increases. Okay, if I want to decrease the size, Control minus. Okay, increase, Control plus. Okay, so now I will give this URL to everyone. Okay, just everyone open your Chrome browser. Okay, I want you to open it in your Chrome browser. Okay, then right click, inspect, and then you will get this HTML section, right? So click on the dock, move it to the bottom, and then click on the left inspect icon, and then get your HTML property of this username text box. Okay, this alone I want you to do along with me. Okay, So you will feel that actually what we all are doing it together. Okay. Already few of you guys actually what know things actually or few things in Selenium. Just be with me. So everyone will come to a same stage, and then after that we can move forward together. Okay. So once if you have open the browser and then enter the URL of this page, and then if you got the HTML page, you can just ping me in the chat window as done, so that I will get a confirmation. Then we can move forward together. Super. Good morning. Good Indu. Guys, my sessions, again, I'm saying it will go slow like this only because I will make you guys to do it together with me. So few of you might know things actually what little bit here and there. So you might feel little slow. But actually what slowly actually what when we go step by step, right? When your basics are strong, you will it will be easy for you to actually what write the code by yourself. Okay. That's what we are trying to do. Okay, good. Okay. So now again, I'll inspect and then I'll get the username text box. Okay. So we got the HTML property here. Okay. I'll right click, copy outer HTML, and then I will paste it in my location. So here you can see a left angular bracket and then a right angular bracket. Okay. So this is my HTML property of this username text box. Okay. So here input is my tag name, and then we have type, name, value, ID, class, placeholder. So these are all the properties of that username text box. Okay. These are the properties of the username text box. So here input is my tag name, and then type, name, value, ID, class, placeholder. These are all attributes called as attributes. And then whichever comes in the double quotes for this attributes is equal to, right? So these are all attribute values. Okay. So what all we have here is tags, attributes, attribute, values. Okay. This is what we have. Okay. Tags, attributes, attribute values. Okay. So now for me, I'm going to take these properties to for my Selenium to identify in this page with this attribute or my text. So totally Selenium accepts actually what 8 different ways it will identify the element. Okay. So we'll be calling it as locators, Selenium locators. Okay. Selenium locators. Okay. Okay. There are totally 8 different ways. Okay. There are 8 different ways. My Selenium will identify an element in the web page. Okay. So those are all ID, name, class name, link text, partial link text, then tag name, CSS selector, XPath. Okay. So these are the 8 different ways my Selenium will identify an element in the web page. Okay. So now if I see this tag, here I have name, ID, and then class is class name. Okay. Directly I can use these 3 information. Okay. If I don't have any of this property, okay, and also it should be unique. Okay. In this entire web page, see, classes text field is there, right? So that also can match for multiple elements. Okay. So I need a unique information. Okay. So based on that, we will fetch any of this 8 Selenium locators to identify the element. Right now, I'm going to use this name as username. Okay, as just by saying it, so this is a valid property. Okay, so this text box is like, actually, what is the username text box? So obviously this, I'm feeling like it should be a unique information. Okay, see how I can identify that means, see now, Control F. Okay, I'll write a small XPath. So XPath topic I have not taken for you. So I will be taking it later once we jump in. As of now, just I'm using it for to show you guys actually what it's a unique property. So // the tag name is input, open the square bracket, @ the attribute name is name equal to username. So I'm using it. Can you see? 1 of 1. Okay, that means only one property is there, which with the input tag actually what the name is user. The same thing, instead of this, let me try with the other. Class is equal to text field is there, right? Let me take this. Can you see? It's 1 of 2. That means multiple matches. Okay, so it's better for me to go with name equal to username. See, ID also I can take. So if you take ID equal to username, usually IDs will be unique. Okay, mostly, but it's not always. Mostly ID will be unique. Okay, see, 1 of 1 I can go with ID or I can go with the name. Okay, so now what we are going to do means I want to enter, okay, a value into a text box. Okay, so now everyone just Google how to enter a value in a text box using Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so again, we are going to search how to enter a value in text box. Okay, using Selenium WebDriver. Okay, just everyone Google this. Then I'll open 1, 2, 3. Just simply first 3 links. Usually in there itself, we will get the information. That's right. Send text as a key sequence. Right. Okay, send text as a key sequence. Okay, so here what we are doing is like actually what? Any idea what is this? It is like string text is equal to, that is, this is a string. Right. Okay, so this is a string variable. Okay, then web element text is equal to driver dot find element by dot c selector, and then I'm identifying one element here. Okay, driver dot find element. Okay, driver is what means it's my browser. In that browser, find an element using, there are 8 Selenium locators. In that, one is CSS selector. Okay, based on this value. Okay, I'm going to identify this. Then I'm going to store it. Now text area dot click. So that is, so on that specific element, you click. After that, send keys. Send keys is used to pass an value to that element. Okay, so now if I come back here, so driver equal to new Chrome driver. So what this will do, this will help me to get me the browser. Okay, so the browser, it will open me a browser, and then I'm giving a name for that browser, right? That is driver. Okay, a good Indu, good Divya, superb, good. Okay, so that's my browser. So in that browser, I'm going to enter the URL, this URL. Now in the same browser driver, I'm going to find an element. Okay, so how I'm going to identify that is using by find element. by dot. So there are 8 Selenium locators to identify the element. One, class name, CSS selector, ID, link text, name, partial link text, tag name, and XPath. These are the 8 different ways that I can identify an element in the web page. Okay, so that is where in my driver. The driver is my browser, right? So in that browser. Now I have seen here as what to be taken. So if you see, I'll come. So here I told I'll go with the name, which is username. Okay. Otherwise, I can go with ID. So now I will come here by dot. I can take ID or I can take name. Okay. So as of now, I'll go with the name by dot name. In double quotes, I need to give the value. So what is the value? So that username. So where I get this username? If you see here, can you see name is the attribute username. This username, which is in double quotes, that's the value for this name attribute. That is what I give. Okay. This will identify the element. Now, what is the action that I need to do on that element? I need to type. So for that, send keys. Okay, send keys will help me to pass the information. So what is the value that I need to pass? So for me, I need to pass the username as unique.murlistl. Okay, same thing before this. See, I will have the same thing. Driver.find element by dot name username dot. I will use clear. What does this clear mean? Sometimes if I already have few information in that username text box, there are few text boxes where we'll have by default some information previously. So I'll make sure I will clear it. Clear what it will do means if there is some information is already written here like this clear will help me to delete the information. Okay. Then after that, I'm going to pass in keys. So now I entered username. Now I need to enter the password. So, okay, now help me guys. So this is my web page. So now I need to get the property of my password text box. What I should do? Any idea? Can you guys give? How do I get the HTML property of this web page? Any idea?
Right click, inspect.
By inspecting.
Right click on the web page, inspect. Now I need to get the property information of this password text box. What I should do? Just give a try.
Double click on password tab.
So here in this section, there is inspect icon. Okay. Left mouse click on that inspect icon. It changes to blue color. See, now go to your needed element, left mouse click. Now, have I got it? This is one option. Otherwise, directly again right click on that element, inspect. That also get me the element HTML property. Okay. So now right click, copy outer HTML. Now you guys help me. So here, what is my tag name?
Input.
Input is my tag name. Super good. So next step, this type, name, value, class, placeholder. What are all these? What we call them?
Attributes.
Attributes. Okay. So type, name, value, class, and then placeholder. Then attribute values. Okay. So this anything that comes in double quotes, right? So these are all okay. So that is for this attribute, whichever comes in double quotes. These are all my attribute values. Okay. So with this only, I'm going to identify the element in my web page. Okay. So now I'll come back here. So here there are 8 different Selenium locators are available to identify the element. So here, any idea? You guys have an idea which can be taken directly?
Name.
Name I can take, and class name can I take?
Yes.
Yes. So these two directly I have, so I can take. So one option, name and then class text field. Okay. So right now I'll try to take with this class text field. I'll copy this. Okay. So now I'll come back. So now I entered the username. Now I need to enter the password. So which is my browser name here? Any idea? On this window, I'll just increase the font. Okay. So in this code, so which is my browser name? Any idea?
Chrome.
The driver is my browser name. So I'm trying to create an object for the Chrome driver. Okay. Then the driver is a name for the object. Okay. So the object here is my browser, the Chrome browser. Then WebDriver is the reference here. Okay. So the browser name is what? Driver. Got it? So on the browser only driver, enter the URL. Okay. On the browser, find the element and then by name attribute, the value. Okay. Same like that. On my driver browser, find the element by dot. Now we are planning to take class name. And then the value of the class name is what? Text field. So this will help me to go to the browser driver, find the element by class name, the value. First, I will clear it. After that, again, driver dot find element by dot class name, the value. So now tell me, I want to enter the password. Yes, I should use send keys. So now let me check whether I'm able to enter the username and then the password. Right click, run as Java application. It should open my browser, enter the URL, then it should enter my username and password. See, it entered the username. It tries to enter the password. Okay, so invalid compound class names not permitted. Okay, that's fine. So this class name, it's saying actually what? Invalid selector exception. So it directly says use the other one. Can I use name equal to PWD? So instead of class name, I will use name PWD. Name PWD. Now let me right click. So main thing is it directly says compound class name is not permitted. That means there is a space it's coming because of that. It's saying actually what don't use that. That's fine. We will not use that. Only for few elements we will get like that. When it directly says, so we will use some other locator instead of this class name. I'm going with name now. See, it has entered the username and then the password. Okay. So now next I need to click on the checkbox. So if I want to get the property of the checkbox, HTML property, one option, right click on that element, inspect. Other option, click on the inspect icon and then click on that element. Okay, inspect, click on it. So now here name attribute is there, ID attribute is there, and anything else directly name and ID. So I'll go with ID. So once again, driver dot find element by dot ID. Okay. So now what is the action for the checkbox? Okay. So I can Google one option. If I give dot, it gives me dot click. Okay. So click is the option for me to work on with checkbox. Button and then radio button, checkbox, all those things I can go with dot click. Okay. Next, login. Right click, inspect. So here you can see it comes with the div tag, but previous to that, can you see there is a tag? A tag represents it's a link. So usually a link only we can click on it. On a text, if we try to click on it, it will not work. My Selenium directly it tries to interact with whichever tag name I'm going to give. So if I give div, it will try to click on the text, but I want to click on the link. So I will go with the A tag. Okay. One option I can go with ID login button. Otherwise, I can also go with the class name, but I will go with ID login. Driver dot find element by dot ID. The value is login button dot click. Okay. Now I'll right click, run as Java application. Browser that does enter the URL. The page is loading. Once the page is loaded, then it should enter the username, password. Click on checkbox, click on the login. We'll see. See, it entered the username, password, click on checkbox, login button in a fraction of a second. Okay, see, executed. Okay, done. So this is how we write the code. Okay, this is just a basic scenario. Just I want to explain to you guys how to open the browser and then do the activities. Now, finally, I will also close it. So I'll give thread dot sleep, and then I will say 3000 milliseconds. Okay, it accepts based on milliseconds. So I'm giving 3000 milliseconds in 3 seconds. Okay, so now let me run the code. Right click, driver dot close. Close is the command to close the browser. Okay, it has open the enter the details, and then within 3 seconds I have asked it to close it. So that's why within 3 seconds it has closed it. Now let me make it to 10 seconds so that we will get to know. And page is loading. For me, my internet connection is little slow, that's why. Okay, after 10 seconds, it has closed. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, any questions for anyone on understanding the Selenium code? At least just, are you able to get the concept, what I'm trying to explain here. And one more thing, if you see, I will try to explain and then we will go little slow only. If we go slow, actually what, it's easy for us to understand the basics and then go forward. So instead of actually what, writing the code fast and then without knowledge, it will not help you. So basics, if you're strong, then slowly you can get through the complex uh, code, everything will be easy for you. That's the thing. Okay, guys. So with this, I will stop it for today. So if anyone have joined newly today, if you want the recording and then the code files which we have done, right? You can just ping me your email ID. So I will just forward the recording. So hope so yesterday's email ID, whoever have come, would have received the code like this. So please find the session topics and then here if you click on it, you will get your the recording and then the code files. If you have discussed anything, you will get your code details here. Okay. And then what are the topics that we have covered for that day? Okay. Hope so you guys would have received it. In case if anyone have newly joined today or yesterday, if you have not received the email, please let me know so that I can forward. Let me check whether a small quiz can be conducted if I have for this, what we have taught today. We'll give a try.
Sir,
Yes.
I have a question from yesterday's session.
Okay.
You showed us how static and non-static variables are getting stored. So what's the big difference the static and non-static variables are going to make apart from the way it gets stored?
Okay. So static and non-static values, how it will be stored, you're saying?
Yes, you taught us how it gets stored, like the static pool and the
Correct.
local memory. You explained it, but my question is, what's the big difference the static and non-static variables are going to make?
Uh,
Because anyway, we are
Correct. So
declaring a
answer
values
for that. So static members, how many copies it will have? Yesterday we discussed it. Any
single
uh,
copy.
a single copy static members
Yeah.
will have. Same thing, non-static members will have
Mm-mm.
multiple copies. Each and every time
Yeah,
when
we
we create
can
an
give temporary values.
each and every time when we create an
Mm-mm.
object, right, it will uh, get the default value for that object. Correct.
Yeah.
So this will define whether, so in your entire program execution, do you want that variable value to be actually what accessed anywhere from the same place? Then you should go for actually what static member, so that the data will be actually whatever changes appears, right? It will be
Mm-hmm.
reflect. The same thing, if you're using it as actually what a non-static member, every time when an object is created, so it will load the default value. So if you're going to touch in some object actually what, and then if you're going to change a value, the new object creation does not get affected because of that. Okay. So you want your data to be utilized in the same way. Okay. Everywhere. Then we will actually what go with the static. If you don't want that interruption or something means in a different place, in a different object means, then we will use it as a non-static method. Okay. So we will going forward actually what we will again talk about actually what the static and non-static member, and then I will be showing you one more program where you will create multiple objects and then the utilization, everything we will see. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
good. Okay, yes. Okay, Akhtar, yes, Akhtar, I will just forward you the recordings. So, guys, one more thing. So this week till tomorrow, it's just a demo session only. From next week, Monday only, actually, what our real session starts. Okay, so this entire week is for this demo. From the next week, actually, what Monday only, our day one class will be started. Okay, so these 5 days is just to make you understand actually what my way of teaching, and then whether you're able to understand the way I'm communicating, my communication is good for you. Okay, all those things is what you're seeing for this 5 days. Okay, a small topic, I'm taking it and then I'm explaining it so that you will know that actually what the way how I explain things, and then my speed, all those things you will understand. Okay. So tomorrow will be the last day for the demo, and then I will actually forward uh, the payment link and all those things. So if you guys are interested, and then if you want to continue, so you guys can make the payment, and then after that from Monday onwards, actually what you can continue. Okay. So tomorrow also still is a demo session. So same meeting link which you have joined for today, same time 7:30 to 8:30 Indian Standard Time. Uh, Please join for it tomorrow also. Okay. So tomorrow will be the last demo session for you guys. Okay, cool guys. So with this, I'll stop for today, and I'll just forward the meeting link for you all. So, sorry, the recordings, everything for you guys. So tomorrow, please join at the same time. Thank you. Bye guys. Have a good day.